Hello, welcome from a very, very wet, windy, miserable day off in Wales, just outside Cardiff in Pontypridd. Yeah, you can probably tell by the sound of my demoralised voice that yet again we're off. And I know a lot of the lads up and down the country. I've seen them on YouTube moaning and groaning about the weather all over the UK. So I've just sat there in the house bored, and I thought, hang on a minute. Where does it rain the most in the UK, and who gets affected by the most of the weather in terms of the rain? So, if you're a bricklayer like me, I know we do a lot of landscaping and stuff. You've seen that on the videos, but I am a bricklayer by trade, and predominantly out working outside, whether I'm bricklaying or whether I'm landscaping. So if you are bricklaying or landscaping or doing anything outside, you're going to be one of the ones that's hit by this constant onslaught of wet, windy, miserable weather. So I've been looking into it because I was bored. So I thought I'd share my evidence with you. So basically, if you have a little look at this map, I'm not sure if that's going to be the right way up for you, but that's the map there, look. So you can see everything in the blue on the west side of the UK. That represents the most rain. Let's have a little look at it. The blue is up over 3,000 millimetres a year, and the brown is down to 600 millimetres a year, and then the white is somewhere in between 1,000 1,500. So I'll put it that way up just in case it was the wrong way. So you get the gist of it, right? That's where all the weather's coming in. It's coming in from the west. All the rain's coming from the west across the Atlantic, hitting the UK, and then boosh, we get a bloody soaking. So doing some more investigation work into this, so I had a little look into it. So the top 10 places in the UK for rainfall, and I'll do it in reverse order, right? So from 10 up to number 1. So if you're living in Liverpool, you get 70 millimetres. Cheltenham, you get 70. Stockport, you get 73. Blackpool, 74. Belfast, 75. Swansea, 84. Plymouth, 84. Huddersfield, 86. Glasgow, 94 up there in Scotland. And then you got the Welsh, Cardiff, 96. Lo and behold, I'm from Cardiff, born and bred in Cardiff, and I now live approximately 7-8 miles outside of Cardiff in Pontypridd. So that's us. So thinking about that then, I thought, right, where's the driest place? So if you look over to the southeast coast, you've got Eastbourne and Hastings there respectively, 66 and 63 millimetres down there in Sussex. So they get the least amount of rainfall. So there's a bit of difference, and that's rainfall based per month. There's a heck of a lot of difference over the course of the year. So I think Wales gets an absolute beating, overall in the year, a heck of a lot, maybe double the amount of rain, especially if you consider the mountain regions up at Snowdonia and the Brecon Beacons, which again is not far from us here. So we get a dumping. So then I thought, right then, how much do they actually earn down in Eastbourne if you're a bricklayer? So I went on Indeed, and don't count this as fact. I just went on Indeed quick and done a little investigation work again, because I was sat there itching to get out and do some work, and I can't, so I was bored. So Eastbourne on Indeed, 190 to 250 pounds per day on day work if you're down there in the Eastbourne area, and if you want an hourly rate down there, you're looking at 20 to 25 pound. Then I tapped in on the same platform, Cardiff. So then you're down to 100, and there wasn't many on there at all. I was quite shocked, to be honest. There's a fair few in Eastbourne, but not many in Cardiff advertising for bricklayers. So the ones that were on there was one on there for £147 per day, and then it ranged from, and this is for a bricklayer now, it ranged from £9.50 an hour up to £21 per hour. So if you look at the averages then, average in Eastbourne, if you're on a day rate up there, it was 190 to 250. So let's call it an average of £220 a day, just to be fair. So if we worked a 5-day week, that would take you up to £1,100. Now, the only one I had in Cardiff that was on offer was the 147 quid. So let's take that as a fact, right? So that is £735 on a 5-day week. So if you're in Eastbourne, you're on £365 per week more than if you were working in the in the Cardiff areas close to where I live. So then, in terms of an hourly rate, let's base the average in Eastbourne, £22.50 an hour, 870 quid a week. The average on here in Cardiff was £14 an hour, £546 per week. Right, so there's quite a big difference in there, isn't there? So then I thought, hang on a minute, cost of living. So you look at the cost of living. Now this is how bored I have been. You're looking at the cost of living, and I looked at Eastbourne, and the average price for house down in Eastbourne's about, I don't know, don't quote me, 320,000, and the average in Cardiff is about 290,000. So there's not a massive amount of difference between the two. I'm sure if you live down in Eastbourne, well, it's difficult. It's difficult, isn't it? I don't live in Eastbourne, and the people from Eastbourne don't live here, so we can't. We can't comment how much a ton of sand is, how much cement is, how much, your plaster size it is, and your bricks and your blocks and your cavities, your cavity insulation, your closures and your DPMs and all that kind of stuff. DPCs that we use, wall starters, wall ties, all that kind of stuff. So we just don't really know how much the difference, go away fly, we don't really know how much the difference is between Cardiff and Eastbourne in that respect. But if you look at it, I have no idea how many days you'd lose in Eastbourne compared to how many days you'd lose with the weather in Cardiff. But based on how much rain we get over the west side of the UK, I would say that we have a heck of a lot more days off and a lot more rain and bad weather to contend with over here in terms of the rain. So that inevitably is going to give us more days off, lack of earnings, earning less money. And then if the lads down in Eastbourne are working more days because they've got more dry days than what we've got here in Wales, and they're earning more money anyway, then there's a huge gulf in there between what you can earn down in Sussex and what you can earn over here in South Wales. So if you follow where all the rain is on the west side of the country, is that the same all the way up the west side of the UK? So what I'm trying to say is, does the east side of the UK earn more money bricklaying than what it does if you live in the west side of the UK? I think it actually does. I mean, leave them in the comments below, see what you think, see what your thoughts. I don't know whether you're one of these people that's moved around and you've worked all over the UK and you got your favourite places, and you got places where it doesn't rain as much, and others are, you'd never work there because all it does is rain. You can't get your hand on a trowel. So it's interesting, isn't it? Because say as an average, I don't know, I've looked at averages before as bricklayers. Say you're working as an average on, say, 40 grand a year as a a standard bricklayer working out on site or whatever. How much do you earn down in Eastbourne? Does that become like 45, 50 grand down in Eastbourne? Does it become 32, 33 over in Cardiff? Then you offset the cost of living, and how much it's going to cost to run your home and all the rest of it. I'm sure the building prices are not that much similar to what they are up and down the UK. That'd be another topic, an interesting one to know how much that is. So just based on this then, let me know in the comments below who you are, where you live, and let me know, just as a little test to see how much things are, let me know how much a ton of sand is in your area. I think here, I'd have to look at my invoices, and I'm not really good at looking at their invoices, but I think it's about, I want to say 40 quid ex VAT. So I think it's about, I don't know, between 40 and 44 pound, excluding the VAT. Or is that including the VAT? I don't know. It's about 40 quid anyway, with or without the VAT. Let me know in the comments below what you pay for a ton of sand. I think the last time I looked at my invoices for a bag of Mastercrete, I think it was like £6.71 ex VAT. So let me know how much you're paying for your cement, and let me know where you are in the country, so we can have a little look at how much the prices are up and down the length and breadth of the UK. The other thing I wanted to share with you was, as I'm sat here now in the pouring rain in Selwyn, all last week I was full up with a bloody, like, a flu thing. I had to have antibiotics. I was in a terrible state. Went to work feeling absolutely rotten. Didn't really want to be there, but wanted to get the job done. And more importantly, I wanted to get the two young lads, I wanted to get Frey paid, and I wanted to get Jay paid, and I wanted to keep our client happy because the job's kind of rattling on a little bit up there now, and I wanted to get it finished for him and move on to the next one for the next client. So what happens when you're ill? Do you take time off and think, stuff it, I'm going to put my feet up, I'm going to stay in the warm, I'm just going to do nothing? You're self-employed, you don't get any pay. Or do you brave it out like I was? Am I stupid? Or am I real? Was I reasonable? Did I do the right thing or the wrong thing? Because I really did feel like crap. Should we be putting our feet up, especially as we get older? I'm coming up to 50, so should we be putting our feet up when we get ill? Which isn't that often with myself, but I was feeling really rough. Should we put our feet up and think, stuff it, stuff everything, stuff everyone, and just put your feet up and just batten down the hatches? Or should we keep going? Do you keep going? What do you do? So I just thought I'd get that out there as well. Jay in work, the new starter who you'll see, he's replaced Brad. We haven't introduced him or nothing yet, but he'll be on the videos. The next video coming out is the full job, so we haven't done it in stages, which is why there's a bit of a wait to see the final end of the video. So it's a landscaping job local to us, and it's got everything in it. It's got bricklaying in it, it's got some steps in it, some porcelain, artificial grass, stepping stones, curved sectional porcelain. We've got this horizontal batten fencing, which we've never ever done before, which we have now. Some decorative stone, some drainage behind the wall with a land drain and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that one. That's coming out shortly. Let me know your comments in the comment section below. As ever, really appreciate everybody subscribing and connecting with the channel and leaving your comments. It gives me something to have a little look at, and it'll give me something to have a little look at now this afternoon and over the next couple of days if it stays like this, because I'll be bored all over again. So give me something to do. Leave them in the comments what you think about the weather where you are, and what you think about what I said about the earning capacity and the rainfall, all over the UK, and the West being the worst. Your experiences. See you soon. Be well. Stay safe. Stay dry. See you on the next one. Cheers. Don't forget to like and subscribe.